How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we're going to talk about Donald Trump temporarily reopening the federal government after a 34-day shutdown, the longest in history. Now, before I get into what I think about this, my personal opinion, opinions from the liberal media, conservative media, politicians, regular normies, trolls on Instagram, let's talk about what's really going on here and what this actually means. First of all, like I said, temporarily, we have a 3-week spending bill that is in place. So those who were furloughed, not getting paid or whatever the case may be, the 800,000, million, 2 million plus, they're able to now get paid and get their back pay. And by the way, Trump made the announcement to reopen the government on the second missed paycheck of federal government employees, which is pretty serious. You know, if you miss one check, that's one thing, but 2 checks, it gets kind of serious. Yeah, people calling out of work. You know, flights are being delayed in LaGuardia because of lack of air traffic controllers. The IRS is going on strike and stuff like that. That might be a good thing, but for now, I digress. It kind of got a little serious. So Trump really had no choice. The left was not going to budge at all. They said, we're not going to negotiate until you reopen the government, which is my next point here. Trump is going to negotiate with the left on border security and or the border wall. Now, Chuck Schumer already said that the Democrats are not interested in the wall at all, but they are interested in negotiation. Now, if you don't want the wall, but you're going to negotiate, then what are we really doing? I'm not really sure. Okay, because if they come back with the original plan, which was like 1.8, 1.6 billion for quote unquote border security, drones, more border agents, stuff like that, but no wall. If they come back with that, that's not negotiation. So if they don't negotiate here towards the wall, then they're breaking their word. And that can lead to the second option Trump has in a situation, which is to invoke a state of emergency. If he does that, he'll be able to get funding from the Pentagon, FEMA, and other sources to have the military go down to the border and build the wall that way. If he does that, he will be sued by the left. It may get upheld, the lawsuit that is, in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. And then Trump may go to the Supreme Court to get his decision to get monies from the Pentagon and FEMA, et cetera, upheld. But it's still got to be a strong case. So to those who were saying, oh, you should have done it a long time ago, people like Ann Coulter saying he's a wimp, he's weak. Well, let's slow down a minute. Don't just call the man wimp and he's weak and you can't get nothing done. He's like Jeb Bush. Let's pause for a moment. Trump is not a king. He cannot rule by fiat. If he was to say, all right, we're not going to negotiate at all. We're not going to do the government shutdown. We're not going to do anything. Let's just do state of emergency. He's going to go through the whole court process to probably get told at the end, hey, this is not a very strong case here. You do not try to negotiate with them. You do not try to do any kind of bipartisan thing. Your whole intention was to bypass the federal government. Therefore, we're not going to uphold your emergency order. But now he has a very long government shutdown, a reopen, and then if there ain't no negotiation for the border wall spending that results in any kind of actual negotiation for a wall, his case is stronger when it goes to the Supreme Court, even the lower courts, if they see things his way, which they probably won't. You know, the Ninth Circuit is vehemently against Trump, notoriously liberal, an activist court. He won't be able to get past them, but it may look better in their eyes if he has a stronger case. If he goes to the Supreme Court, it'll definitely be in his favor since we have a 5-4 advantage over the left. So that's that. And to regular normies, people talking about, oh, I'm off the Trump train. This ain't what I voted for. You know, you're trying to negotiate, you're trying to be nice. It's like, look, man, I understand your pain. I really do. But Trump is not a king. He can't just declare a thing, have it be so. You have checks and balances. All right. In order for a bill to become law, it's got to pass the House, the Senate, and then the president. If the House says no, what can the president do? Government shutdown. And what else? Try to bypass them. Now you're trying to interfere with the way that the government works. If he has things he can do legally then he can do that. But if they're going to be challenged, you got to be able to have a good case to uphold your claim to bypass them, which is what we have now with the longest government shutdown in history, and then a 3-week period to negotiate the wall. If there's no fruitful results of that, then he has a clear case to go forward, in my humble opinion. And I think that is the whole game here. So I look forward to it. I say mid-February we'll know what's going to be the result. Anybody that's impatient, just hold your horses. If you want off the Trump train right now, that's fine. I understand. But Rome was not built in a day. When it came out during the campaign and said that we're going to build the wall, I thought that it wouldn't actually happen because I knew how hard it would be. I knew he would try to get it done, but I was going to settle for just having tougher immigration policies. That's my main thing. But if he can build a wall, I mean, that'll just solve a lot of problems. And also do things like crack down on H-1Bs, H-2Bs, you know, tourist visas and stuff like that. Crack down on all that. And some people want to say crack down on those that hire illegals. Okay, that's nice. But at the end of the day, a lot of these guys and girls are coming over here to gang bang, to live off the system and not work. So it ain't just about the so-called fruit pickers and bed makers like Barack Obama said. It's about those that are over here that are doing all kind of things. Human trafficking, gang banging, drug smuggling, gun running, everybody. So that wall is needed. And that is pretty much all I got to say about it. So what say you? Do you think that Trump did the right thing here by ending the government shutdown and allowing those that were on furlough and not getting paid at all to get paid again and also get their back pay? If you don't think he did the right thing, then explain to me why. How long was the shutdown going to go on? The Democrats had no intention of ever budging. They were going to say, keep the government shut down for forever. So what? Because they can just say, well, we're going to negotiate, but Trump doesn't want to negotiate. We say open the government back up, then we negotiate, but they don't. So they can just blame him and take no responsibility. If Trump opens the government back up, then he negotiates, and then they flake, he can say, well, they didn't want to negotiate. They told me one thing, and then they broke their word. Now I can do this over here, and I have more of a valid reason and an excuse to do so. But am I right here that this is going to be a lengthy process? It's not going to be something that happens in a day. Oh, I forgot to mention one more thing here. People have asked me, why hasn't this been done before? He could have done it in 2018, 2017. Well, first of all, in 2017, wasn't there already a government spending bill in place that he couldn't really do anything with? In 2018, did he even have enough support in the Republican-controlled Senate? Because let's not forget, John McCain is the one that really interfered with Obamacare repeal and prevented it from going forward while he was on his deathbed. And we had less control in the Senate back then. We had the House and the Senate, yes, but we had a very slim margin in the Senate. I think it was like 51 senators. Even right now, you still had 6 Republican senators that voted for the Democrats' plan to reopen the government before Trump said it's going to be good to go. Let's not forget about that. And you only had a 51 Republican vote for this plan. So you don't have total control, although you have control. We have more Senate control now than we did back then, but it was still a very slim margin of passing. Okay. John McCain, Jeff Snowflake, Bob Corker, all these people that were in the Senate are not there anymore. We still have some kind of never Trumpers in there, but I think it's less than it was before, and we have more senators. Therefore, we'll be able to get things done a little bit more efficiently. But I could be wrong about that. That's just the way I'm looking at it on the surface, not digging way too deep. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.